Okay, this will be some jury charge material for the record. The second count in the indictment is that of conspiracy and is based on this portion of our statutory law, Section 1511-410. The crime known to the common law as conspiracy is hereby defined as a combination between two or more persons for the purpose of accomplishing a criminal or unlawful object, or an object neither criminal nor unlawful by criminal or unlawful means. The crime of conspiracy is hereby declared to be a misdemeanor, and any person found guilty of the crime of conspiracy shall be sentenced to pay a fine of not more than $5,000 or to be imprisoned for not more than 5 years, provided that in no event shall a person who is convicted of the crime of conspiracy be given any greater fine or sentence than he would have received had he carried out the criminal or unlawful act contemplated by the conspiracy, and had he been convicted of the criminal or unlawful act contemplated by the conspiracy, or had he been convicted of the criminal or unlawful acts by which the conspiracy was to be carried out or effected. Mr. Foreman, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, that is the law on which the indictments in this case are based. Now, with regard to the conspiracy charge, I charge you as follows. The word conspire is defined substantially as follows. If two or more persons agree, acting upon a common purpose, to commit a criminal act, they conspire. A conspiracy is a combination between two or more persons to do an unlawful act or to do a lawful act by criminal or unlawful means. There can be no conspiracy when one individual acts by and for himself only. In order to become a party to a conspiracy, a person must combine with some other person or someone else to effect the object of the conspiracy by means agreed upon. The mere mental purpose cannot justify a conviction of conspiracy. A common design is of the essence of the charge. Now, in order to establish conspiracy, it is necessary first that the conspiracy or agreement to commit the offense alleged in the indictment be established, and second, to prove further that one or more of the parties engaging in the conspiracy have committed some act to effect its object. If the conspiracy is established, proof of the doing of one overt act charged is necessary and sufficient to warrant a verdict of guilty. Now, to constitute a conspiracy, it is not necessary that two or more persons should meet and enter into and express a formal agreement for the doing of the unlawful act, or that they should direct it by words or in writing, state between themselves or otherwise what the unlawful object is to be, or the details thereof, or the means by which the unlawful combination is to be made effective. It is sufficient that two or more persons in any manner or through any contrivance, positively or tacitly, come to a mutual understanding to accomplish a common and unlawful design. In other words, when an unlawful end is sought to be effected, and two or more persons actuated by the common purpose of accomplishing that end work together in any way to further the unlawful scheme, each of such persons becomes a member of the conspiracy. The success or failure of the conspiracy is immaterial, but before any person can be found guilty of the charge, it must appear beyond a reasonable doubt that a conspiracy was formed as alleged in the indictment, and that the particular person was an active party to it, and under the charges here made, the conspiracy constitutes the offense. And these are some numerical expressions for the record. A comparison of time spent by workers to earn the retail value of food products in mid-1979 shows that to buy boneless sirloin steak, a worker in Paris works 0.59 hours, in Rome 0.02 hours, in London 1.4 hours, in Tokyo 3.33 hours, in Washington, D.C. 0.3 hours. To buy a dozen eggs, a worker in Paris works 0.27 hours, in Rome 0.17 hours, in London 0.2 hours, in Tokyo 0.1 hours, and in Washington, D.C. 0.08 hours. To buy milk, a worker in Paris works 0.26 hours, in Rome 0.26 hours, in London 0.3 hours, in Tokyo 0.41 hours, and in Washington, D.C. 0.19 hours. Despite rises in food prices, today's family income buys considerably more food than it did 25 years ago. 1 hour's pay in 1950 would buy 10.1 pounds of white bread. In 1977, 15.9 pounds. In 1950, 1 hour's pay would buy 2.4 pounds of frying chicken. In 1977, 9.4 pounds. In 1950, 1 hour's pay would buy 7.5 quarts of milk. In 1977, 13.4 quarts. In 1950, 1 hour's pay would buy 2 pounds of butter. In 1977, 4.2 pounds.